Hello viewers, welcome to another episode of my program where I share stories that inspire. Today I want to share with you how I learned the Igbo language. Alright, the Igbo language is a difficult language depending on your view. It's an easy language depending also on your view. For me, I would say it's an easy language because I had strategy in place to learn the language. Okay, I left the north, went after my secondary school, and I knew I will be in the west for my university. So I had a window of opportunity of about 2 years preparing for JAMB, etc., to get admission into the university. So I was at Owerri, Imo State, and I decided that I will put a strategy, a formidable strategy to learn the Igbo language because I felt it would be useful to me. I didn't know it would be this useful, but I felt it would be useful. So what did I do? I called my younger brother. My younger brother had been in the east ahead of me. Okay, so I called him. I told him in Hausa, Kai, berimu dena amfani da harshen Hausa. Let's now start using, let's stop using Hausa language at home, which we used to do before. Let's switch to Igbo language. He agreed with me, so we started using Igbo language at home. That was strategy number one. Strategy number two, the church I attended. The church I attended at that time when we were in the east, we have 3 services during the week, and it's an English Igbo church, which means the pastor preaches in English and interpreter interprets into Igbo. So I had the strategy. I called a friend. I said, Biko, give me your Igbo Bible. So he borrowed me his Igbo Bible and I started taking it to the church. So when the pastor is preaching and says Numbers chapter 10 verse 2, I will turn to my Igbo Bible and read in Igbo Numbers chapter 10 verse 2, and the interpreter will come up and say, Onwa Gugu Isiri Amokwa Abo. I've learned that one. All right. So he begins to read what I've already started reading in Igbo, and I begin to know how it is pronounced. From there, I learned many words like Mporogu, root, Ntoala, foundation, Mbidi, wall, etc., etc. That's strategy number 2. And now I had another strategy. 3 times in a week when we go to church, once on those 3 days, we are giving outline. We call it Bible study outline. So in the front is English and at the back we have Igbo. So when I go home, my parents will see me studious. It's language I'm learning. So I will compare what is said in the front and what the back. English, Igbo, comparing. So imagine 2 years of comparing, my Igbo became more formidable. But if there was something I didn't get, I go to ask from somebody and they tell me. And I had another strategy. Since I was usually at home writing jam, to say I want to do medicine, no work. Eventually I settled for agriculture. All right. I now had a strategy. At home there's Imo Broadcasting Corporation. Beautiful station in Imo State, Owerri to be precise. So what I did then was that I'll listen to the program, and then if I heard any word I didn't know, I'll write it down. Then I go to our security men. The security men are Igbo, all right. And because we didn't have neighbors like that, because if you know prefab in Aladimma precisely, you know, or Heagbara in Buruburu, they were surrounded by bush. By that time there was no WAEC there in that prefab estate there. You know, we just had general hospital far away, so we didn't have much neighbors like. So I'll go to the security men. The security men will tell me, when I ask them, they tell me, all right. So with that, my vocabulary started growing and growing and growing and growing. And then I had another strategy. Igbo can sing. Forget when they sing, it will seem as if angels are coming down. So I learned a lot through their songs. Let me sing one for you. Enjoy my voice. Aka Jehovah nemema olu ebube ya kenere wari nedeno isi kendu kenadigi atata aka kaya aka Jehovah nemema. What does that song say? God's hand is doing me wonders. Olu ebube ya, that is his wondrous works. That is turning all around where I am. He can do the spring of living water. It does not dry up. Aka Jehovah, God's hand. Aka Jehovah, that's God's hand is doing me well. God's hands will do you well, like He's doing me well. So for me, those songs, I learned a lot of words. Fantastic. Then what other strategy did I have after I left the East? And I know that if you leave a language and you leave the strategy, the language will leave you. When I came to Lagos, I had a strategy. I ordered for Igbo dictionaries. How many that Igbo does not have a dictionary? I say it's not possible. It's not possible. Are there not people that are doing masters and doctorate and professorship in Igbo language? They said, yeah, and then there must be Igbo dictionary. So after a lot of concerted effort, I got a big dictionary like that. You understand? And then I got a smaller one too. So they have English, they have Igbo in the same something. With that one, I began to understand because the grammar things were outlined there. Aside from that, I also went to CMS bookshop in Lagos. I got Igbo Maka Secondary 1, Igbo Maka Secondary 2, Igbo Maka Secondary 3. I got them. They are purely in Igbo language. No, you won't see Igbo, English was there. I started to study it on my own. If I see anything that is too hard for me, I take it to my Igbo friends. Before I knew what was happening, Igbo entered me. I entered into Igbo. My intonation, everything began to change. And before long, I began to speak like Ndi Igbo. You understand? I hope you understand what I'm explaining now. And eventually, my Igbo friend told me that I've forgotten that I'm not even an Igbo man. That I'm now, they used to think me an Igbo man. And I think they are correct. I'm an Igbo man by choice. I decided to be an Igbo man. I dress like an Igbo man. I eat Igbo food. If I go to the restaurant to go and eat, I will order for it. That I will have soup that they say is too much. I will order for it. And I will eat it. And the thing is reflected in my body and in my mannerism. Even when I'm doing MC, you see me, I'll shout, and the whole place will be thunderous because the language has to do with energy. I eat akpu a lot now. You understand? I still eat our Yoruba food and the Hausa food and whatever. So these are the strategies I adopted in learning Igbo language. I also use it in Hausa. I use it in French. I use it for German. In fact, when I also did this, I ordered for other storybooks and I read them. I even ordered from one that is just Proverbs, and I will go to my elders in Lagos here that are in Igbo. I'll tell them that I want to understand Proverbs, and they began to tell me, for instance, actually, they will tell me the meaning. So they began to, I'll go with my Bible and my notebook, I'll be writing it down. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I can be up till tomorrow. I'm still going to those elders that I want to understand. Actually, hot time here, Nuju. And they'll be explaining to me graciously. But this is too much, too helpful. So they help me in understanding these languages till I marry and I name my wife Chinyere. I name myself Chukwemeka. I name my son Chinedu. I name my daughter Chioma. What are you talking about? So my family now, we have been Igbolized. My parents are proud about it because I'm still Yoruba, I'm still Ijebu. Yes, but I'm also Hausa. I'm for everybody, and it's very helpful. It's a door opener. Anywhere I go to, people they are amazed that or one Igbo kobo, show you by the one number how she this person, is it French? Is it German? These are the strategies and employ. Even on social media, when I communicate, if I see that your name is Okoronko, I want to say one name, Dalorine. All those things are practices that are encouraging the unity and then the versatility in the language. I encourage you today, if you will use the strategies, and you can also add your strategies to it, it will help you to go places. My name is Adedeji Odulesi. I tell stories that inspire. Dalo, Rinne, one name, Woke, one name, Wine.